Hey guys, Jamie here. So I thought I would just kind of give you a little, show you guys my kitchen and show you also what's in my fridge and freezer and cupboards. What I like to keep on the day-to-day. I thought I would just give you guys, show you my kitchen, what I'm working with here. I got this Nama juicer. Best juicer out there. I use it pretty much every single day. I gotta clean it. I also have a Vitamix. I've had this Vitamix now for probably since 2011, I think, or 2012. It's still going strong. This is one of the things I use every single day to make smoothies and, you know, dips, sauces. You know, you can blend nut butters in there and flours. It's a great tool. Okay, so yeah, that's my kitchen. Okay, and yeah, so we'll get into the fridge. I'll show you what I have. So always have wasabi. I always have that on hand for sushi and dips. And what else? I got jam. Strawberry jam. This is the best jam. Unfortunately, it is expensive, but it's the best. I thought I'd try out this hot sauce. It's truffle. I'm not a fan. It's been sitting in there for quite some time. Yeah, when you know, you know. I'm just not really a big fan of truffle, I guess. And I have some olives in here. Some more olives. Got hot sauce, soy sauce. This is a gluten-free soy sauce. And what else? I think this is roasted red peppers. I'll put that on pizza. Jalapenos. Yeah, put that on pizza a lot. Always have mustard. This I don't typically have. I got this for a special occasion to make something. And I'm just trying to get through it. I don't typically buy Worcestershire. What else? And then I also have this, which I don't typically buy either. I wanted to try it out, but I wasn't paying attention. And it actually is very high in fat per tablespoon, so we've had this for quite some time. The flavor is good, but it's too high fat in my opinion, but it does taste good. And then I also got some almond milk. I got coconut water, lots of coconut water. I usually have about 3 of those a week, and lots of orange juice. I usually have sorry, my dog's in the way. 3 of those orange juice every week. And what else? Okay, so I got some tomatoes back there, a couple containers of tomatoes, a lemon, red pepper. I decided to try this sour cream. It's pretty low fat. Use it, you know, could use it in dressings and whatnot. It's pretty low fat. 2 grams per serving. I mean, it's not terrible. And then I got some bread. I got some, that's my dog's dog food. She's got some rice, ground beef, and peas in there. And in here I got a bunch of different herbs, rosemary, dill. I got some thyme in there. I got these chipotle wraps I had never tried before. And they're okay. They're pretty low fat. I always have lots of celery. I juice celery at least half the days of the week. I got some cotton candy grapes there. A bunch of herbs. I think that's pretty much just parsley in there. And then I go through a lot of spinach, guys. I got 2 huge bags of spinach here. There's 2 of them. And I got a couple packages of cucumber. I like to juice cucumber, you know, put it on salads and wraps and whatnot. And I got a bag of apples. And let's see, hopefully this isn't too messy. I got some lemons and limes in here. And more apples. And then in here I got carrots, onion, red onion, some garlic, and sweet potato. So yeah, that's pretty much everything in there. And then in my freezer, I always have lots of raspberries, frozen raspberries. Got this tropical fruit blend, mango. I got some frozen broccoli, more frozen broccoli, more mango, tropical blend, strawberries. And then I just thought I'd try this out, these veggie pakoras. They're actually very clean, I have to say. They're okay in fat. I wouldn't do this all the time. Yeah, 3 pieces, 7 grams of fat. But I will say they do taste good. And that's pretty much it in there. It's kind of messy. And I think I got frozen peas there too. So yeah, just a bunch of frozen fruit, frozen vegetables, and those veggie pakoras. Okay. Oh, and then down here, I got a bunch of bananas, a couple bags of potatoes. I got a lot more potatoes in my other cupboard. And then in here, so I don't drink coffee, but my husband does. He has coffee. I drink a lot of different herbal teas, and this is pretty much just a lot of sugar around here. We got maple syrup. I got this organic sugar, this Demerara cane sugar. I love that brand. More sugar, arrowroot starch, some white rice flour, some shredded coconut, oats, coconut sugar, some more brown sugar. I have this avocado oil spray. I don't really use this for myself. I use this when I have guests. If we're making walleye, my husband does eat walleye a lot, and we'll use avocado spray on it. So that's a very rare thing. And then I also have this toasted sesame oil, which I'll use on some Asian dishes. And again, it's a very rare thing, but it adds a lot of flavor, and I'll just add like a teaspoon, which I think is maybe 5 grams of fat. So, but yeah, that's not something I do often, and it's usually for other people because I'm pretty disciplined about my high carb, low fat. And then I have dates. I go through a ton of dates. I got more wasabi here, lots of raw honey. I have tahini if I make a dressing for like a salad or something, which again, I don't do often, but when I have a salad, I have to have a fatty dressing. So I usually just use a tablespoon, which is about 8 grams of fat. And that way I still keep my fat grams under 20, which I think is important. And some sushi rice. And then I have some different seeds here, sunflower seeds and raw cashews. Again, that's just for when I make a salad and I want a fatty dressing. It's not often, so those last a long time. And then this peanut butter is for my dog. That's his peanut butter. And then this peanut butter is for my husband. He likes peanut butter on toast. I don't really consume that. It's really too high in fat for me. And then I'll make cookies sometimes, and I'll use a base of peanut butter for the cookies instead of butter or vegan butter. And then I got these plant-based chocolate chips. Again, that's for him. I don't really consume that. I used to consume it, but not anymore because I feel too good on high carb, low fat. And then up here, it's hard to see, but I basically just have a ton of rice noodles. That's pretty much all that's up here is rice noodles. And I also have sushi nori, which I go through about a pack a week. And what else? I got some chestnuts here, some juice, some rice, and yeah, I don't know how well you can see that. A lot of rice noodles up there. And then up top, I have a ton of gluten-free pastas. So there's some brown rice pasta, there's some corn pasta up there. And then I got these rice ramen, which again is just like rice noodle ramen, maybe with some millet or something. And then I have flour for baking. I got these sardines. These are for my dog, for her dog food. And then I have some tomato paste if I like to make a homemade soup or stew, or I'll use this to make homemade condiments like dressings and stuff. And then I'm not really a big bean or chickpea person, but I do have some chickpeas here. I have canned tomatoes, canned fruit, pizza sauce, taco sauce, and what's here? And then basmati rice. I have some dried fruit, arboro rice, and then I have some short grain rice. I don't really like this. I spent a lot of money on it. I wish I didn't. I just don't like brown rice. I really don't. I like, especially this short grain one. I spent a lot of money on it, and I wish I didn't get it. And then I always have lots of jasmine rice. That's the best jasmine rice that I have found. It's delicious. And yeah, so just lots of rice, guys. So you can see lots of carbohydrates. Okay, low-fat foods up there. And then the rice noodles, again, high carb, low fat. There is some fattier things in here, like this chocolate chips and the nut butters and the nuts and seeds, but that's not really for me. That's for when, it's more for special occasions and when I have guests or if I'm making a salad. And yeah, so lots of sugar down there, lots of oats, lots of teas, baking stuff, very minimal oil. Like I said, that oil is really for special occasions and when I have guests, because not everyone wants to eat how I want to eat, and that's totally fine. But yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. So yeah. But yeah, guys, so that's my video for today. That's my kitchen. That's what I'm working with. Yeah, so that's my video for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll be back again for another video. Thanks, guys. Bye.